Away comes from this album, which is called Tattoo. So if we put the Taste albums, the 4 Taste albums to one side for a minute, you've had the debut, Juice, is still my favourite Rory album. And then quite early in his career, Live in Europe, the live album. He's got stuff that wasn't on any of the albums before. I Could Have Religion, for example, Pistol Slapper Blues and Bullfrog Blues. But also real favourites like In Your Town and Laundromat. Next album is called Blueprint. It's really positive, upbeat, almost pop in parts album. And by this time, Rory Gallagher's got a massive cemented career. You know, he's got something that he's fantastically good at, that he's totally committed to. And he was incredibly accessible. You could go and see him like virtually every year of your life. You know, Rory toured all the time. You were always hearing your friends say, "Oh, Rory's playing in 2 months," you know. Next album's this one. It's called Tattoo. It's got a lovely cover of, if you like, a tattoo of Rory. And it's got what maybe became the anthemic trademark song, which is Tattooed Lady. It was vehicle for long improvisations that were just always absolutely stellar, you know, brilliant. And it's got rockers like Admit It, it's got Sleep on a Clothesline. I love that Sleep on a Clothesline, you know. Yeah. That one, right. So it starts up. Which, as you'll know, is basically what's going on. Anyway, a lot of great stuff on this album. An almost jazz track. They don't make them like you anymore. But it's got this ballad. Before we really talked about, you know, a stadium ballad or a power ballad or anything else, it has a song called A Million Miles Away that's got everything. You know, it's got the Celtic, and if you saw Rory play it live, you know, it's different every time he plays. You know, these double stops. I mean, that, for example, is a D and an F sharp, D and an F, D and an E, a C and an E, C and a D, the famous B flat. Right? But the studio version, I think if without the aid of a safety net, if I were going to play that live, I'd probably play that. Well, I would play it in a studio version. Now I'm flipping between the 2 position, quack position, which gives you to the bridge. That rake over the strings. It's a D minor chord and it ends with that high F note. Right? So the first thing is this, it's like a partial D minor chord if you like, but it's a hammer onto that A note. And pull off the A note. And play again. Let's do it in the bridge. Which is off an E and an F. G and a B. The first D minor, rake. In the meantime, Jerry McAvoy has played. Yeah, to lead us into the thing. And on the bass, obviously. So we've got this D. Right. Now, This one is like a hammer of it. You can play there. I think it's very Celtic. The run from the C to the F goes. Right, so we get this run up to the F. An F chord. C or. And then the D minor. Now, the next time he plays it, he plays almost a Layla riff. Raking in. That lick. Just bend the G. If you make it snarl as much as you can in the middle of this very gentle Celtic. You get this? You know? It's very emotive bend. And we're into the song. Right? Now, at this point, Rory plays a. And he plays like a rake. It's similar to a lick that Dick Wagner plays on Coney Island Baby. And it's like a D minor arpeggio. That one, you know? And then F to E. And he does this rundown, just, you know, very bluesy, like that kind of run, right? He then plays a. Now, what's going to happen now is we're going to get all the. And then. You get that one, right? So in order and sequence, we've got the rake, the high C, and then the harmonics are coming in. And this hotel bar, it's full of people, right? The piano man, D minor to F. Now, at this point, Rod Dath on the piano plays a line that you can't play on guitar, and it would go like that. You know, so if you didn't have keyboards and you really wanted that, it's quite menacing. I'm doing that with an A and a C. Good down effect. When you hit the D, play an F underneath it. Right. Lots of different solos, lots of different versions of this. I'll come back to it and do some of the licks, but they are quite long solos. And they're based around, you know, if you wanted to jam over this song, if you wanted to play it in a rehearsal room, you know, if you play it off that D minor, and you need the you know, all the lines that, you know, Rory favoured, the, you know, D minor. And you'll find sometimes there's your Dorian note there. That one rather than. There's a really funny lick in the second verse. It sounds absolutely fantastic, and it kind of took me by surprise, because, you know, D minor to the F, and there's a lick, the rhythm of which is like, which is where you'd expect it to be in a D. plays it here. Right? So it's as if it's played off a G shape. As I say, it would naturally fall. And it's got that real Rory shake to it. That's the first part, I'm a million miles away. One thing I should say about the sound, I've got a lot of practice app just set very, 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 very clean. There's no drive to it. You'll find if you listen to the records that Rory could get an incredible amount of grit and drive from the cleanest of sounds. I think, by the way, you know, that like right at the start, you know, by the way he hit the strings, and you know, his left hand was obviously immensely strong. One other thing about the sound, I mean, every time I saw Rory Gallagher, he had the battered Strat and the AC30, until the very last time I saw him, where he had a Marshall, which I think was a JMP, which is 2x12. I mean, you know, the dimensions were like the AC30. It was maybe slightly grittier sounding. That would be around the time of Photo Finish, but I saw him many, many times with the famous amp. The Rangemaster treble booster, I believe. You're always told that's what he had. And the Strat, but you know, there's no secret components to Rory Gallagher's sound. The secret component was and is him, you know. On this one, I'm a million miles away, with that very clean, it's almost like Richard Thompson. I feel it sounds like the strings are very light, you know, but he's still getting an incredible power. It sounds like he's using, like, you know, I don't know, a 9 gauge. I think he used piccato strings, if I can remember. And the other thing about the sound, obviously, is if you're going to play Rory stuff, you need the harmonics. It's like, you know, what's the best pickup? First quack. Middle. Bridge. Or the first quack. So that's a 10th stab. That'll be part 1 of Rory Gallagher's A Million Miles Away. It should click off any minute now.